Hello? Oh, jeez, I might be blowing up my microphone already. So here I am thinking, ho ho. So you see, I will simply launch a amazing new tip system to raise a little bit of money, and I'll prepare an amazing stream. There's so many things happening this week. I'll just go ahead and I'll go all out and make people think, wow, this guy is really on top of stuff and he's really on his game. I'll give him my money voluntarily. By the way, the first tip, I'm not going to like interrupt the stream to read tips, but I will announce that Bill Gates donates $5 to say Windows 11 wins again, which it does in this case, because here I am trying to set up my fucking stream, and this is me. Hold up. Oh god, I don't even have this shit ready. Why, yes, I am a Linux streamer who was supposed to go live 30 minutes ago. Yes, I am rebuilding my fucking video drivers on a new kernel installation. Yes, I am in fact a professional streamer. And I do this for money, and I try to convince people that I'm worth money. And yes, I am rebuilding my fucking kernel so that I can try to stream. Isn't that wonderful? Get gunted. Okay. Oh jeez, my head's pounding. My mood is ruined. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. I'm trying to figure out how to take up the pieces, because here I was reading my OBS log, and I'm thinking like, oh god, why doesn't NVIDIA work? Well, if only I had tested anything in the last 6 fucking hours as I was getting ready. And I was putting together notes in my text editor, but I opened OBS logs in my text editor, and when I was restarting my computer, I thought, I got a notification saying, "Do you want to save changes?" I'm like, "Well, I don't really care about saving changes to the OBS log," so I say no, and then I realized immediately that was my notes. That was the notes to the stream. I just deleted them. How does this? I have been in technology since I was 9 years old. I had my first computer when I was like 5, and I don't remember to save my fucking text files. How does anything I run work, chat? How does anything? How did I get to this point where people look at me like, wow, that guy's a savant. He's really good at computers. What the fuck? Oh, Jesus Christ. So I mentioned I'm just usually I was hoping to start like 10 minutes early so I could do some filler chat with the early stream people, but that's all fucked. I'll just get this out of the way real fast. The silver coins, I have 163 left. I've made sure everyone gets their silver coins. I'm going to put them up for sale on April 1st. As a big joke, right? And those will go out. I will eliminate 2 per order, and if you don't get your coins for whatever, you will simply be refunded. I will not be able to. I know if they don't make it to you, you just don't get shit. I will refund you, but there will be no more insurances. Everybody has gotten their coins. I've made sure of it, and I'll clear out the inventory and be done with it, and then. The next one, in honor of the war in Ukraine, there's some interest in patches. So I've gotten somebody who does a family business who makes patches as a part of that business, who wants to help, and they have offered me a great price for making patches. So I'm going to get together a bunch of designs, and they're going to be like a couple dollars each. And that'll be the spring run for 2022. I even forgot. To I don't know why someone was asking me if I have like a giant box full of silver. I want it's not full of silver, but I want to send you guys something. Okay, this is my box, and I can't obviously I can't show you this, but I went to I don't know how to describe what I'm going to do. But many people don't know this. In fact, I did not know this until recently. And it's not clinking. I'm going to balance this on my finger very delicately. A silver coin. I'm going to tap it. You ready? You hear it, chat? It's very quiet. You gotta listen. That in Hungarian is called a pango. It is the sound, the ringing sound that silver makes. It's a very subtle way of testing if a metal object is actually silver, is if it makes the pango. Ugh, sounds like cheap pot metal. Sir, you do not know. Okay. The Jew mating call. Jews, my friend, deal in fiat and gold. They do not touch silver. Silver is holy, if you don't know this. I've mentioned this before, but silver is a holy element, which vampires and the like cannot touch. That's why werewolves are killed by a silver bullet. Vampires can't see their reflection because old mirrors are made of silver. And, of course, shekel fiends never make their shekels out of silver. To do so would be impossible. Why am I trying to install the NVIDIA driver the inward way? That is because it's easier to do it that way. There's the... I don't know. I want to spurg about fucking Linux, but... everything I do is the most ghetto-ass way possible. My friend from Australia, he had a saying, which I'll share with you all. If you are... Like, for instance, if you go through a drive-thru and you say, I want the 6-piece McNugget, please. And they hand you a box and you have actually 7 McNuggets in your box. He'll say, my man, you just won the nigga lottery. Any small victory like that is winning the nigga lottery. And I hope you all win the nigga lottery today in your own ways. Okay, I don't have my notes, so this is great, wonderful. I have my tabs saved, and we're gonna go right down the list until I have stopped having things to say, I think. Oh, one more thing. I have a Zero Hedge article in the works that I will be. I'll be posting to the Substack, and I'll be posting on the forum and whatever. It'll be about money. It'll be about alternative currency, as I've taken to calling it. If you have no interest in that, I hope that my article will give you some interest in that. If not, well, I have failed as a writer. I guess is the moral there. Okay, first things first, my friends. Matt Fury, the original creator of Pepe the Frog, attempted to sell a NFT of a Pepe, which is nude. Now, this was a one-of-a-kind Pepe, because it is the only official Matt Fury Pepe to feature his booty, the only lewd of Pepe the Frog. So the NFT went up. It was billed as a one-of-a-kind, unique in not only theme, but in quantity. It would be the only NFT sold. And a man paid $500,000 dollary dues, the devil's lettuce, I guess, to own this Pepe the Frog NFT, which Matt Fury said would be one of a kind. And he lied, because he then gave out another copy of the same image, I think to a charity or whatever, but he just made another one and he gave it out for free. So now Matt Fury finds himself being sued for false advertising because, as he says here in the lawsuit, this action arises from the defendant's unlawful, unfair, and fraudulent business practices with respect to an auction for the particular non-fungible token that led plaintiff and others to grossly overbid on the NFT. And I think people are going to, chimp out of this and say, this guy bought an NFT, he deserves it. But really, if you're going to sell an image, if you're going to sell a picture like this, and then you're going to say that it's one of a kind, it will be the only one of this ever made, and here's my signature, and it's yours to buy from the creator himself, and then you give it out for free, you have lied. you've fooled people. You have undermined all your NFTs by creating a carbon copy and handing it out. Let's see. Oh, the advertised as the only one existing as one of the existing 100 that would be auctioned, promising that the 99 would be withheld from circulation indefinitely in order to create the bid amount. So he's suing him just for his money back, basically. Oh, it was more than just one, by the way. Disbursement of 46 identical Pepe NFTs for free. So he gave them out for free, which caused the value to drop by a significant amount, by like almost a 20th of its original value. So I have no sympathy for Matt Fury because he's like such an asshole. You know what I mean? He's always gone out of his way to spit in the faces of the people who actually like his character. He has completely maligned them as like Nazis and shit, and it's just like, well, fuck you, bro. This in particular, it's just like, it's like how are you like this dumb to think that, okay, you're gonna sell a fucking picture and then you're also not gonna like withhold your end of the bargain and give people what they want. And I'm gonna shrink this. I had to use an archive of my OBS settings before I launched the stream because I had lost them when I reinstalled OBS because I'm a genius. So, all right. So that's the Pepe thing. I wish this guy luck in his lawsuit against Matt Fury because he's a fucking douchebag. I would also like to wish good luck to this. Oh, I guess I shouldn't show the baby. How do I? Can I like hide this? How do I hide this? Oh, here, you know what? I'll scroll up so that nobody can see the baby. And we're just going to look at her face. Okay, you have to look down. You have to look down at the bottom of the browser chat. There on IP2, there is Attila and then Jewel. And from what I understand, Jewel is an unmedicated schizophrenic. And Attila is like I think she's like a Ukrainian Jew even. I don't know. I don't want to speculate on these people's ethnicities and create some sort of Slavic blood feud against me for accidentally assuming that she was Slovenian when in fact she was Croatian, and the difference between the two is night and day, and obviously I should have known better, so therefore I should die. That is a thing that they're very particular about. So she is some unknown combination of Jew and Slav, and she has had a child with Attila, who is definitely Slavic. I think he's Russian, but I'm not going to guess either. And they're a dysfunctional couple. They stream themselves for money from IP2. And they've now had a child together. And I think she was like drinking and like, I don't know, smoking crack. I don't know what the fuck she does. She does drugs because she's like a freak. And I think the baby was immediately taken from her, like as soon as it was born, and went to the NICU, which is the Natal Intensive Care Unit for mothers and infants who are in critical condition or intensive condition. Critical condition is a different medical term. I don't know. I don't think she's gotten it back. I don't understand. Okay, so lady at the bottom, that is Jewel. She is the girlfriend of Attila. They are both some kind of Slav. They are IP2 streamers. They both drink and do hard drugs, and they continue to drink and do hard drugs while Jewel was pregnant. She has just now given birth to their baby, and the government has told her that she is unfit to... From what I understand, the baby was immediately placed in NICU, and she's not allowed to return to the hospital to be in the presence of the child because they probably suspect abuse, probably due to health... Like, the baby's probably coming out addicted to crack or something, and they have to give it drugs, and I'm sure that's like an automatic thing where it's like, oh, you fucked up. She is a crack whore, says Paulo Danino. Well, there you go. She is a crack whore. Oh, I just realized, are these not working? Why am I not seeing them on stream? Okay, you guys tell me. You guys tell me if these continue to come in. I'm looking at them now. I apologize if your thing did not come in. I would like things that people pay for to actually get done, get committed, or whatever. Oh, I'm keeping my eye on that. I'm sorry. Okay. Speaking of the other lucky couple today or this week, Ralph, and I'm just gonna refer to her now as Digibros X. I think that's like the most like insulting way to refer to May. Is just to remind everybody that she is Digibros used goods that Ethan Ralph has picked up off the street. So I decided against showing babies on the stream, and then I fucked it up immediately because I showed Jules' baby. I guess it's not her baby. It's now our baby. Is the it's property of the United States of America, so I can show that. But I have asked one of the many Kiwi Farms artists to create this image to illustrate what the baby looks like. I believe that is a horse hoof, or a pig. I think it's a pig thing, right? This is mean. I didn't know what to expect when I asked for this. I'm looking at now. It has the transgender cap because it is speculated that it does work. That's great, wonderful. It it is speculated that the baby will be pruned out by May over the course of time, and this is what they come up with. The baby also went to NICU, but there's no health. It was born prematurely, which I think is ordinary for first-time mothers. I think it's born a little bit early for all first-time mothers. No, maybe it's the other way around. It's born late. I don't know. Look, I don't know anything about kids. All I'm saying is, the baby was born prematurely, and it was born before the bowling alley event. So now this is the second time that Ethan Ralph will be putting off his own wedding for various reasons. She was supposed to come to the bowling alley with the hookers and Dick Masterson and the fans of the Kill Stream and the Dick Show, to get married with Dick as his best man, and that's not going to happen because she now has a child, which was born a couple weeks premature. And I have a theory about this that I saw posted, and I like. May really didn't gain all that much weight while pregnant, and I think that to the point where like she didn't even look pregnant in some of her later pictures. And then we're assuming that this baby is real because I've seen pictures of it and it looks exactly like Ralph. So even if it was like a stolen baby picture, it's pretty convincing. It may be that May just didn't eat as much. Like anorexia in pregnant women is not that common. It is common in India because for whatever reason they think it's a good idea to not eat when they're pregnant in India, which is why they're all like manlets over there. However, it is actually not good and it can cause pregnancy complications. I don't know. I don't want to wish bad things on like a baby because that's probably bad luck. Probably something in the Bible about not saying bad things about infants. No, I don't know. Doesn't Jesus curse a fig tree and say something about like fruit of a wicked tree is wicked? I'm pretty sure he does say that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I feel like that's true. Now, while May was in the NICU, Ralph decided to stream from God hates figs. It's true. It's true. In every gospel of the Bible, Jesus curses a fig tree. And I've understood that the fig tree is actually a allegory for Israel because fig trees are apparently a symbol for Israel. And him cursing the fig tree is a curse upon Israel. And it's in every single gospel. So all four of the gospels confirm that Jesus sat down and said, "Fuck you, tree," and cursed it, which supposedly is him cursing Israel. So God does in fact hate figs if you trust the Bible. Anyways, Ralph decides to stream, and he looks like death. He looks like death. He looks absolutely miserable. And my favorite thing, I was listening for a while because his baby was just born. I tuned in to the Keel Stream baby, and I listened while playing Satisfactory. And I just passively listen because it's mostly just news shit. And at some point, he starts talking about Gator and how much he fucking hates Gator, and and it's like your baby was just born and your fiance is in the hospital and he's just sitting there swearing up and down about how Gator's a two-faced lion fucking snake and nobody's ever gonna fucking trust him. He's just gonna be hanging off his coattails for the rest of his fucking life. And you see what kind of people he's associating with, so that should tell you everything you need to know right there about fucking Gator. And it's just like, bro, your whole world has changed. You just had a child that you now have to take care of, unlike Xander, which is not your child in a legalistic sense. But yet, all he can think about is his fucking haters, and it's truly bizarre to me. Like, he doesn't even know. He has no fucking idea. But I don't know. I didn't expect him to change. So now the question is, how long will it take him to return to Vegas? Because now he has a baby, and he has May. So that's a lot of reason to go to Vegas. So I'm thinking that what he's going to do, or as I've heard discussed, is he's talked about moving to Vegas like on a permanent basis. And I think that there's a good chance that he'll like say, "Oh, I need like an in I need like an in studio place for like guest appearances to come in." And naturally it should be in Vegas, right? Cuz Vegas is such a great city and it's close to LA and all these other reasons. So that might be what happens. He buys a studio, a monthly contract over there, and he takes like frequent trips to Vegas, and he's just never around. Or May just stays at home or goes up to Richmond with her parents, and they just don't interact. They kind of like orbit each other, and he gives some money, and then he like shows her off every so often. It's like, hey, look, I still have a baby and a fiance. I win, and I have to admit, I've been following this, and I feel some level of accountability, chat. And I need to confess my sins to you all. I really feel like the entire reason why Rosanna Ralph and Xander Vickers exist is because I wrote a fucking blog post 2 years ago saying that it is the duty of living beings to procreate, and the meaning of life is to have children. And I think that writing was so influential. It has personally convened in the mind of Ralph, and he has procreated to meet my definition of what a lived life actually is. And I feel like this is both a egotistical perspective for me to think this, but on the other hand, I can think of literally no other reason for Ralph to do this. I am convinced it has to be something that he is doing specifically to spite me. And now I by proxy, as an avatar of human misery, I have created Ralphs through word alone, and it's actually killing me. I feel really bad about it. It's like if I just kept my fucking mouth shut, then there wouldn't be any issue. These kids would literally never have been born, and I don't know how to feel about this or deal with my guilt, chat. It's all about me. I would fully believe that I am being silly. I am being egotistical to even entertain this idea, if not for the fact that every single thing Ralph does is a form of spite. He does not seem motivated by any actual passion or desire. He seems entirely motivated by spite. And yeah, never regret a life. No. I do regret this. Mentally ill rant. Are people actually thinking that this is too far detached from reality? The idea that he's referenced it. He knows it. He's talked about this. He's like, I'm up 2-0 now. What's Josh Moon got? Like he's actively like tried to hung this over my head. You fixed Ralph. He'll calm down. Make a poll. Okay, that's fair. Make a poll. Did my writing inspire Ralph to have 2 children? Yes, no. Okay. I'll ask my community. You tell me, chat. I mean, I think I'm completely right to think this. I don't know, like, what other reason would he have to have kids? He doesn't like kids. He doesn't like baby mamas. He doesn't like either of them. He, he, I really don't know how people can say that it's not true. Okay, 400 votes are in, 79% say yes. 777% say yes. Okay. I, this could just be bullying me at this point. You're trying to. He's dumb and doesn't wear a condom. He's dumb and got laid twice. But he had sex with Nora for years. He was married to Nora for years. They never had a child, and it's not like, oh, is it her fault? Did she not just have? Was she like infertile? He had a girlfriend. He had Moonface. Here, actually, let me pull her up. The original one, like back before Nora, back before he went to jail, he had this other girlfriend, who looked like one of the creatures from the Where the Sidewalk Ends, one of those Larry Silverstein like children's horror books. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to find this. When I search like girlfriend, I'm only gonna find Faith. He had one before. She didn't get pregnant. He had Nora, and Nora was probably smart enough to use birth control, but they never had kids. He had Aid, and Aid might have been a little bit too old to have kids, but I mean, like, I don't know, late 30s, probably could have had kids. He had, like, it's, I don't know. And then with both his subsequent girlfriends after he stopped liking me, he has kids? No. I don't believe in parentheses coincidences, chat. I am convinced. Wee woo. You guys are gonna miss the sirens if I move. It's part of the, it's a tradition now. All right, that's enough about Ralph. For now, at least. Oh, Gator. Oh, fine. Gator. I don't have my notes. Gator mentioned, by the way, just really briefly, that he mentioned while May was pregnant, he was going off to Vegas to fuck black hookers. And I would like to point out that one user on my forum was very avid that they were not, in fact, black hookers. These weird mudmen women were actually probably Latinx. And if you go to the fucking page, then let's see. God, do I have to? I don't know if I can pull this up. Let's see. I just want to show what he's into, by the way, and how it's completely and totally not fucking. Oh, here. Sorry. So he posts this, and it's it's him. First of all, it's him ignoring the fucking hack, which is like Ralph did not respond to the hack of Secure Server until after Gator sent an email. Then he sends this picture of this to Gator and says, "I'm gonna fuck this hooker in Vegas," and some idiot named Bew, not that one, says, "Oh, this is like a Latinx. She's not black. She's not black." And as it turns out, she describes herself as fucking black in her profile, black, ebony, Latino, Hispanic. So like a half and half. I'm pretty sure there's a word for that, but I forget it. And the time that this happened, August 21st, she was already pregnant. So he's fucking around with black hookers in Vegas, and he's definitely going to rent an apartment or studio in Vegas and just hang out there and let Pantsu tend to her own devices while he's out fucking black hookers in Vegas. So have fun with that, man. Oh boy, a CAPTCHA. Okay, I can just bypass the CAPTCHA. So this guy, Andrew J. Nadolski, I have been informed that he is a Kiwi Farms user. I do not know if this is true. He is an alleged Kiwi Farms member. I cannot confirm or deny. I really don't know. So I can't comment. But Patrick had a run-in with this guy at a bar. Patrick Tomlinson, the guy who subpoenaed Cloudflare for my information, which was publicly available, and then went on to sue 50 John Does, one of them being the owner of the Opie and Anthony Forum, whose name was like Adam or something. Sorry, I forget. And he won a very specific amount of money that is now a meme, and he then goes on to, because this guy Andrew shows up at a bar and they have a conversation. It's something like, let's have a fight or something. Patrick then files for an injunction against this guy, a harassment restraining order, and loses. And apparently the judge, supposedly this is very easy to get, this harassment restraining order. Supposedly this is very, he said that he only lurked and never had an account. Okay, so he was just a lurker. But he shows up at the bar, challenges this guy to a fight or whatever the fuck. Judge says no restraining order, which is apparently strange because they hand these out like candy, from what I understand. And the judge said that this was a very strange series of events and embarrassing on both sides that this happened. So Patrick loses again. And then he goes on to have a chimp out on Twitter. So I'm going to read some of these... I like how this guy downvoted every single Patrick tweet. You know those downvotes don't go anywhere. It's like on YouTube. Here's a fun fact. If you download or downvote a comment on YouTube, a comment, not a video, that goes nowhere. That literally goes nowhere. There's a little value stored in your browser to keep track of what comments you downvote so that you see you downvoted it. But if you just switch browsers and stay on the same account, you won't see those downvotes because they literally do not even transmit downvotes on comments to the server. It is literally a placebo that doesn't exist. So this guy is downvoting these comments or whatever the fuck. 24K Fugitive says to Stealth Geek, I know you'll hide this like the coward you are, but for Patrick's followers, here's the proof I'm telling the truth. And he says, no, Stalker, you are never telling the truth. Your delusions get worse by the hour, Stalker. Wrong in every detail as always, Stalker. He said this, so no lie with Brian Tyler Cohen. This is like a political tweet. 24K Fugitive says the idiot who couldn't even pass a college history course, shut the fuck up. He says, pass every college course I took, Stalker, including all the history courses. It's exactly what happened. Why else would your order be declined by the judge? Andrew told everyone it happened yesterday. You don't even have any understanding of the law because you barely have a high school level education. And Andrew lied to Stalker. My name is Patrick Tomlinson. I sued trolls on the internet and I'm going to lose my house. Wrong as always, Stalker. Why does he keep replying to this guy? Is it like it's the same account? It's like he's coming back with a different account every tweet. So he just keeps taking the bait. How does it feel knowing that all the money you owe Quasi, you'll never get to take another vacation with your rat-faced wife again? Don't owe a penny, Stalker. Why are you so stupid you couldn't hold a job at Target? Even Uncle Pedo Paul had a real job at one point. I quit the job at Target because it was beneath me, Stalker, just like you are. He posts his Wordle because he's really proud of it. He got it 3 out of 6. The word of the day is pay Quasi. No, Stalker, it isn't. What is the point of saying that? What is the point? This guy is like shit talking you under all your tweets, and he says the word of the day is pay Quasi, which, by the way, is not even a 6 or a 5-letter word, so it could never be the word of the day, and it's not even a real word. Even if it was a real word, it's still not 5 letters. To which Patrick has to correct him. No, Stalker, it isn't. Just crazy. I know some people. There was a really mixed reaction to the. I played that last call on stream. It was about 20-30 minutes, and I played a couple minutes of it, like 10 minutes of it. And I got like a really mixed reaction on that. Like some people thought it was hysterical, and then other people are like, "Why did you play the same sound clip over and over again for 10 minutes straight?" I'm not on. How does he not realize how ridiculous this is to say this? I'm not on Grindr as I am not gay, Stalker. Why is he saying child? Did people bully him so much for saying child that he just doesn't say it and just says Stalker now? They are literally sending trolls to my account from the Russian-hosted ONAforums.net because of my opposition to Putin. We are at war. That's cringe. That's cringe. This guy's cringe. I want to say, I hope that Quasi goes for an injunction. I would love for this guy to like haul shit out of this man's house and have it recorded. That would be hysterical. Yes, Stalker, it is. No, Stalker, it isn't. Wrong in every detail, Stalker. And he copy pastes his responses. He replies to this guy at 2 different times a minute apart and just copy pastes his response. And then there's shit like this. I'm on our way to Bryce Canyon. We stopped at Mossy Cave, which has a neat little diversion. And then he posts pictures of stalactites and stalagmites. And courtroom failure Sean T replies, "Not so." And he replies, "So, Stalker." Like, what is the point of that message? Does he hope that the guy is going to be like, "Oh, I guess. I mean, I guess if he's so certain about it, it must be true. I guess I'm wrong." Like, what the fuck does he hope to accomplish there? I wonder if it's like a mental coping mechanism. Like one of those interrogation techniques on Jim Can't Swim where he has like mental pressure. His head is like is inflated like a balloon. He's gonna pop and he just has to deny it. Like he has to like sit there on Twitter and deny every single thing that people send him. Otherwise he's gonna have an aneurysm and die. Wrong as always, Stalker. So, and he likes to do this where if anyone like uses his picture or name, he'll quote retweet them to his audience and go, "Cyberstalker and imposter account, report for impersonation," and block. Like he gives these people so much attention. It's fucking nuts. That's why he gets trolled so much. Speaking of, someone else is about to get trolled. I don't want to linger on this too much, but I do find this, like his insistence on fucking replying to everybody is crazy. Imposter is sus. Okay, so Narcissa Cosmo Wright, who I did a person stream on a while back ago, in case you're interested, recently returned from a hiatus of streaming. The streaming numbers are abysmal. Basically, they don't. Nobody watches them play because he's miserable. He's like a miserable person. He just sits there quietly. And I think he streamed himself sleeping for some time. Ever since Stream.me, he's basically given up. Because Stream.me was like a way to collect passive income just by being live. And since nobody pays him to stream anymore, he just gets bullied, doesn't bother. But he recently came back to Twitch. And then I think what it was is that he was reading Harry Potter, the book. Correct me if I'm wrong. He was reading Harry Potter from the book. And he was going to be like, oh, I'm going to start a trend of like reading books live stream, which is actually probably not that bad an idea. Like, I don't know if there are people whose voices you find pleasing them, reading a book would probably be something that people would listen to. So whatever, he tries to stream, and I think he gets taken down for copyright because I don't know if it's actually legal to take a copyrighted book like Harry Potter and then make your own audiobook, because I don't know if that counts as a derivative work enough to bypass fair use. You could make a very convincing argument that audiobooks are reserved for the owner of the copyright unless there is some sort of commentary being passed along by the reading. So he reads Harry Potter, he gets taken down by DMCA, and his first mistake was reading the TERF Necronomicon. You read the TERF Necronomicon Harry Potter as a tranny, and you get yeeted. He's lucky that he survived with his life, actually. He almost got Avada Kedavra by the book just by reading its cursed TERF text. But he actually lost his channel permanently soon after. He decided, very intelligently, to go into Discord. And because he wants any kind of negative attention, he lets trolls come into his Discord. And the guy he's responding to is, let's see if I can find this. I would like to read the Actually, I might be out of order here a little bit. I think that tweet about him I cannot remember if this was before or after the... He had an issue where a Discord troll came in. No, I'm not. Okay. I I don't have my fucking notes. I'm going crazy. There's two issues here. Number one, he did the Harry Potter stream where he decided that he was going to read a book, and then he got banned for that. And then the other issue that he had is that he was engaging Discord trolls, and he was clicking random images from people like named Nick Gurr and pulling up their images on live stream. And one of them was a prolapsed anus, where the woman was just like covered in shit and her butthole was like inside out. And he pulled that up on Twitch, and he got banned for that. And then I can't remember this tweet where he says, I want to kill myself and shoot the people at Twitch HQ. Ha 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 ha. From Narcissa Wright on March 22nd. I cannot remember if that is in response to the Harry Potter ban or the Discord ban or what order those came into. Or maybe the one where he got banned was on YouTube thereafter. I really don't fucking know. I'm sorry. I am so shit at my fucking job. Okay. I apologize. The Streamlabs work? Yeah. Okay. That's the Narcissa update. We wish him well. He retracted that tweet, by the way. The other person who got banned from Twitch this week is Destiny, who of course is. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Destiny is like super like progressive, right? He's like super far left, and he's a manlet, and he's a literal cuckold. In fact. I'm a cool guy. Can I find this? Destiny admits to being a cuck. Oh, this is 8 minutes long. There's a clip where he's talking about, like, yeah, my girlfriend can go out and fuck other guys because I know at the end of the day she's going to come back to me. Why? Because I'm a cool guy. Like, he says that. So he's really pathetic, and he's a manlet. And I kind of despise him because he's irritating. But he's a really, like, high-profile streamer. He makes a ton of money. And he just got banned off Twitch, and from what I understand, he was banned off Twitch because, he doesn't know for sure is the issue. Is he got a message from Twitch, which is like a generic boilerplate, like even though he's like a super high-profile partner for Twitch, they still give him like a boilerplate, like, oh, you broke the rules. And the rule they specifically cited was about like discrimination against disabled people. And we think that the likely reason is he had Nick Fuentes on his stream for 10 minutes. He had Nick Fuentes on, and they were talking, and they're like, oh, you're banned from Twitch. Let's move it to YouTube, because YouTube doesn't have a rule that people can't host someone who's been banned from YouTube. Whereas Twitch will ban you if you host someone who is banned from Twitch. But despite that due diligence, he had Nick Fuentes on the stream for 10 minutes before moving over, and we believe that he was banned for that. So now there's talk about if he's going to move over to Cozy TV, which would be kind of fucking cringe, not going to lie. And somehow, the most interesting thing about this whole thing is the person taking credit for getting Destiny banned is this guy named Keffels, who is a Tim. And Keffels says, like this tweet, if you actually think trans women are women, let's prove her wrong. Keffels, he says in reply, I need all hands on deck. I've never attempted a 30K plus like ratio, but in particular, hey, Steven, referring to Destiny, I just took away your primary source of income. Please leave me alone and stop bullying trans people for content. Thousands of likes. His followers are going to get mad, so I'm going to clarify now that I didn't report anything, and he did this to himself. They had like a little feud, and apparently Destiny is now a turf, but this fucking guy is insane about ratios. 1.7k likes in 13 minutes. We are attempting to ratio a 30k tweet from a notable turf. Let's show them they are a minority on this website. Get in on this. And then replying to Laura Southern, replying to them, they say, hey, Steven, I just took away your primary source of income. Laura Southern replies, wow, trans advocates censoring and destroying the income of people who slightly disagree with them. This sure is making me love the online trans community more. Wonderful activism. To which Keffels replies, I have always wanted to ratio Laura Southern. 6,000 likes to Laura Southern's 1,200 likes. So totally ratioed. And they're obsessed with this. Like, their entire account, they have thousands of tweets. They're one of those people who tweet all the fucking time. And somehow they have thousands of followers. 43,000 followers. 10,000 tweets. Banner image is Justin Wang saying, motherfuckers being named Keffels and it's only one broad. Very, very fucking cringe from Justin Wang to suck on the Tim Wang. Pin tweet is this: 130,000 likes. I keep thinking back to this picture my dad took of my mom holding me while I was recovering from bottom surgery. This is what they want to take from trans people. They want to take away the ability for our families to love and support us. They want to take away our futures. You have no future because you cannot reproduce. Let's see. Boohoo cracker, I don't care. Is this person not white? Maybe they're Jewish? I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't take credit for it. Destiny inspired me to take a more critical stance toward the world to make it a better place. Now that he's gone, there will be one fewer voice on Twitch standing against the crazies. What? So now he's saying that he didn't want to get Destiny banned? And just like all the other attention whore types, instead of admitting your mistake, you'll whine and cry about how unfair and unbigoted everyone is. I want to see, can I search? I want to search real quick on Twitter. From Keffels Ratio. Okay, latest. The question is, why would I ratio such a pure and wholesome funky uncle? I've always wanted to ratio Ben Shapiro. 48,000 likes. Are these bots? I can't tell. Is he like paying people to like his fucking... Oh, now I see why he got all those likes. Now that I put the link into my into Firefox, it all makes sense why people would ratio Ben Shapiro. Twitter is not a website where good or meaningful discussion happens. If someone is mean to you, just reply ratio plus L plus I sex your mother and move on. If anyone gets mad for that, it's saying more about them than you. It's fun to ratio people. I have always wanted to counter ratio Laura Southern. I've always wanted to ratio Laura Southern. No plus ratio. Ratio. This person, like, is obsessed with fucking Twitter. Twitter has skull-fucked this person until they can no longer think. They think in Twitter metrics only. And they cannot recover from this. They're brain damaged. This is what... Twitter has fucked this person so bad they've cut off their dick and now are obsessed with the ratioing, and they have Justin Wang as their Twitter profile, and this is their life. This is what they wake up to do, is to stream on Twitch and ratio people. And that's like their power. I bet you they jerk off to it too. Oh yeah, I ratioed Laura Southern. She fucking deserved it. The bitch. Why do people watch this? Oh, they play Pokemon. Do they like anime? Just Pokemon and Animal Crossing. That is fucking weird. Right. Pokemon is anime. That's true. Okay. The Pete's update. I'll let him talk for a little bit.
I've already had one. And, good. They're good brownies. While I was there, I decided to tell my mom and my brother that I am questioning my gender identity. Yeah, so that was the big secret. The big thing I wanted to tell her about. Wanted to make sure that she knew before I talked about it on the internet. Just because that, it didn't feel right. Like, it felt like it would have been wrong to talk about it to complete strangers on the internet, to people on the internet, before my mom knew. So I wanted to make sure she knew before I announced it on Twitter or on YouTube. So, yeah, now you know. I was going to talk about this on my live on Sunday, and I'm sure I still will. I'm sure I'll be getting lots of questions about it. Honestly, it's not something I'm really entirely comfortable talking about.
Why he thought this was a secret, I don't know. We've literally been calling this for months. Like, we all knew this was going to happen. And we all had, like, different names picked out for him to turn out with. Like, nobody's sitting around getting that angry, constantly repeating the phrase. Like, okay, here's the tell that he was going to turn out. You ready? You ask him, are trans women women? He'll say yes, trans women are women. And then you'll ask, would you? Is it gay to be in a relationship with a trans woman? And he says no, trans women are women. And then you ask him, would you date a man? And he says no, I'm not into dudes. So then you ask him, and people do this every stream. They ask these string of questions this exact same way. He responds to them the exact same way over and over again without fail. You ask him, does a trans person need to get bottom surgery to be trans? And he'll say no. And you'll ask him, would you date a trans woman who still had their penis? And he will not answer that question. And the reason why he toasts this line is because he wants to be an intact trans woman in a lesbian relationship. He does not want to be in a relationship with a man. He wants to be in a relationship with a woman while also being trans. And that is why he believes what he does. Everything that he says to justify this belief is cope and seethe and dilation. It is entirely oriented towards his own sexual fetish. So then, the other update with this is that Pete's has made strange bedfellows. I have known for a while that Wings of Redemption people, Wings of Redemption trolls, have been involved with Pete's, because he'll get random questions that he always answers about, what's your opinion on Jordy Jordan? And he'll answer, I don't know anything about Jordy Jordan, and just like dismisses it. And this has been happening for weeks. And I have seen a tweet by Wings007, who I know either listens to this stream or people he knows listen to the stream and pass along my references to him, onto him, because he's commented on my streams, has made a tweet, a very ambiguous tweet, but I found this great new lolcow I'm going to make a channel entirely dedicated to. What do you think? So I know the Wings people are moving on to Pete's, which is a very strange jump. They're not really the same thing, but the only connection between look here, look, listen. Yeah, exactly. The connection between Pete's and Wings is that Pete's gets fucking angry. So he's having a conversation about Leah Thomas, who, if you don't know, I didn't talk about on my stream, I don't think, is a male to female athlete in swimming who was involved in a competition against women and completely stomped everybody. Was so much faster than the other competitors that he literally lapped them and was sitting at the sideline catching his breath while the other female swimmers were swimming like the final lap still. Just completely dominated it. And people pushed Pete's, defending Leah Thomas, saying that this is completely okay, none of this matters, and trans women are women, etc., and trans women belong in female sports, etc., to the point where he did this.
Misgendering, you get banned. Except, you know who's defeated Leah Thomas in races? Cis women. You're fucking lying, BK. Or actually, you're buying into a lie. The idea that, she was ranked 400 and something. Fuck you. You fucking liars. Fuck your lies.
So now you see the appeal that someone who smashes their controllers and cries and says, I just want to get that fucking surgery. I just want it so fucking bad. And then like screaming about fucking, snipers. I just can't beat them snipers, dog. That kind of shit. That is why. And I'm normally when I see like a trolling group like forming around somebody that I watch, I get very anxious about this because I don't want like swatting and other gay unfunny shit. But with Pete's, it's like he will never listen to any like I thought about it, and it's like Pete's will never listen to good advice. If I give him good advice, he won't listen, so it doesn't matter. There's nothing I can do to help him if I wanted to help him. But do I want to help him? The answer is probably no. The funniest thing that could happen with him is that if a Sean Ranklin type video came out, like what, I can't even imagine what, and it's going to happen. I can already see this in my head. The Wings of Redemption took off as a like famous lolcow streamer because Sean Ranklin did his video, Wings gets trolled in Call of Duty and flips out or something. That was his video. It got like 8 fucking million views at this point, and it's him smashing his controller and that kind of crying and yelling and sitting in the corner of his room looking at the wall like the boy in the Blair Witch Project at the end, like all those points, and then they put them together into a montage. And it's like if you take Pete's super long streams where he's screaming about trans shit and you condense that to a 6-minute long video called Pizza of Mine gets trolled on live stream and loses it, and it gets 1 million views. I really don't know what to expect with him, because I don't know. Like he doesn't really. He's kind of enjoying streaming, I think, because it's like his world. He likes banning people. He gets off on it. He finally has control for the first time, and he revels in it. So he sits there and he's taking these questions and he's bantering with people and yelling at trolls and stuff, and reveling in all the opportunities that he gets to ban people. But when the Wings trolls get involved and they have 8 million alts each, and they're circumventing bans, and he loses that power he has over his chat, I really don't know if he'll melt down or hide or what. So in this instance, even though I'm usually very skeptical of like third parties like coming in all at once and having like organized Discord gay ops and shit against people, particularly people that I find entertaining, in this case it might actually make good content. So I'm nervous. I hope they don't like swat him and shit. He's in Canada, so he doesn't have the American police force to worry about. But I don't know. Like Wings of Redemption got trolled. Like they break into his fucking bank accounts and commit identity fraud and all sorts of like really like not funny shit. Or it's just like, feels like the people involved are fucking gayer than Wings of Redemption. So as long as they avoid that, it could be really funny. Because I mean, just listen to this.
Yeah, I think I do need to. I think I do need to ban that word just because, holy shit, I'm getting fucking.
The word.
I am just getting absolutely fucking tired of people asking about this shit. Like, just fuck's sake, I don't fucking care. Whoops. Help if I used the. Whoops.
Here's my request. And he's actively banning the word Jordy in this clip, if you're curious.
Words banned. Like, the name Jordy is banned.
Ban anybody saying Jordy. My name ain't Jordy. Mods, if you see anybody call me Jordy, just ban them. No questions asked. I don't care if they're a tier 3 strub. Get them out. They're trolls. My name ain't James. Mods, ban anybody misgendering me. My name ain't James. My name is Catherine. Ban anybody being a trans misogynist. And you see it happening. You guys, okay, look. Wings 007, the Discord gay ops. Here's my request. Somebody has to convince him that when he bans somebody, he needs a catchphrase. He needs a catchphrase for when he bans somebody. Some just throw it out there like, hey, when you block somebody in chat, you should say, "Welcome to Blockland." You gotta gracefully. You gotta make him think it was his idea. Yeah, welcome to Blockland. When he bans someone, you just gotta throw it in there gracefully. Make him think it was his idea. You can do it. I believe in you. You can figure this out. That's my only request with this. Everything else, do whatever. I don't care. Okay. Good luck with that. Quick update on our other favorite, Jonathan Yaniv, a.k.a. Jessica Serenity Simpson, has been charged with 3 different counts of 3 different criminal charges. Assault, false alarm of fire, reporting an offense committed when it was not. So he is now back in court. British Columbia has basically fucking had it with this guy, and they're going to kill him, I guess. So good luck with that. Oh, wait. I have more Cosmo tabs. These are out of order. I didn't read this one. Him begging for his account back. Hey, I messed up earlier and showed a screen capture of a Discord where I was interacting with a bad faith actor. My account got suspended. It's an appeal. I hope I have a future streaming. I enjoy it, I think. Good luck with that. Oh, jeez. I'm out of tabs now, which is bad because I know more stuff happened. Refresh my memory, chat. Here, I'll read some of the super chats. Can I get true and honest with this? No, you cannot. Thank you for the $30. How am I supposed to verify that you donated that money for the forum? There's ways to do that. It's called Bitcoin. Send me a silver troy ounce in the mail, and I will give you true and honest, sir. My good friend. Number 1, Josh Paypiggy. Wee woo, wee woo. I'm a massive faggot. Intellectually stimulating comments. Thank you. Let's see. Talked about Ethan Ralph. Talked about the patches. Talked about Destiny. Talked about... Oh, I didn't talk about Chantal. Of course. Duh. How could I forget? So I don't have any clips for this, but I guess I'll just mention it real quick. Chantal... So I mentioned a stream ago that Chantal had been banned from YouTube. She had been banned. No reason was given. It is believed that her constant showing her bare ass on stream was mass reported by Charlie Cole on Twitter. And the result of her encouraging her fans to mass report her videos where nudity, where ass was exposed, resulted in a termination of her account, even though you can't really tell anything about Chantal's body just by looking at it. So how that counts as nudity, I don't know. They don't censor this shit on My 600 Pound Life or the 1,000 Pound Sisters. Like, they just show the body, and it's like, I can't tell anything about what the fuck I'm looking at. And that's good enough for the FCC. So I don't know why it's not good enough for YouTube. Anyways, my point is, her account gets banned. And then the Karens are celebrating. Like, whew. Yeah, this lady who gets paid big money to be fat and lazy is banned from making money for being fat and lazy. So now I don't have to feel so bad about being fat and lazy myself. While not making any money, also being fat and lazy. Total Karen victory from the looks of it. However, Chantal pulled a regular drama alert and made a Beezer Production YouTube account and said, I have incorporated a sole proprietorship under Canadian law, and I am using that as an account on YouTube called the Beezer Productions. The Karens were furious. This stood against everything. This was against their script. It was against their narrative. And so they stormed up and said, YouTube, you must ban this account. F. Stop pressing F, you fucking weirdos. So, you must ban this account, they said. And YouTube said, we're looking into it. Nothing happened. Her account got monetized. So they went and they looked abroad, and they found another Beezer Productions, an Irish incorporation, a Beezer Productions Ltd. In fact, they even noticed that she said her account was Beezer Productions LLC, and yet she is Canadian, where it would be an Ltd, because Commonwealth countries don't have LLCs, they have Ltds. So they said, your company is fake, and it's in Ireland. So they found this woman who's like a random, like, Instagram, like, Etsy person, and she wanted to make a Etsy company called Beezer Productions Ltd. Out of Ireland, and all the Karens on Twitter harassed this woman into complaining to Chantal that she changed her name of her company from Beezer Productions because she said it would be trademark infringement. There is no trademark for Beezer Productions, and the Karens thought this is a surefire victory. This woman will take Chantal to trademark court in Ireland over the name Beezer Productions. Chad Tal, of course, being the absolute big chungus Chad that she is, said, "Go fuck yourself. The name is Beezer Productions, and eat my ass." And then she incorporated actually as a sole proprietorship, not as an LTD. And everyone was like, this isn't an LTD, so it doesn't have personhood, and she doesn't understand what she's doing, and yada, yada, yada. She doesn't even know the difference between a sole proprietorship and an LLC, which wouldn't be the first time, because if you followed the biggest problem in the universe in the Maddox lawsuit, Maddox incorporated like the biggest problem in the universe, sole proprietorship, probably because he looked at it and said, sole proprietorship, oh, that means I own it entirely. That's what I want. Not what he wants. Stream cutting out. I don't know what you want, bros. Excellent connection. Kilobytes are fine. Just refresh. I was fucking vibing, and you all couldn't figure out how to press F5. Everything is fine on my end. Just F5. So they're formulating these legal approaches that she doesn't know what she's doing, but in Canada, a sole proprietorship can file for a business number, a BN. And a BN is like an EID, an employer identification number in the US. And that's all you need to get a new AdSense account for a YouTube channel in Canada. So Karen's completely backed the fuck off yet again. Beezer Productions is her company name. And she is monetized. And it doesn't matter if it's a sole proprietorship, because go fuck yourself. Basically, in fact. And I have been called a white knight for saying this. Like, these people have gathered around to try and rob me of my content. And I don't appreciate that, because number one, I'm against deplatforming in general. Number two, I don't think that Charlie fucking Cole and a bunch of freaks in the Discord channels seething over a fat woman should be able to dictate who is and is not allowed to make money. And number three, I think she's funny, so fuck you. I don't even need options winner. I'm morally in the right to say she deserves to be back on fucking YouTube. But I don't even need those. I don't need to be morally right. It's funny. Stop fucking with the content, please and thank you. But she has rectified it. She's back on YouTube. And to show the haters what for, she's going to Cuba. She's going to Cuba. Her justification for flying herself to Cuba is she saw a man begging groceries or some shit. And he was Cuban and he was sexy. So now she's going to Cuba to find man whores to fuck her. And she's going there and she's going to stream. And if you don't like it, you can eat her ass, I guess. And she's doing it she's going to file this offer in her fucking taxes because she's doing it as Beezer Productions, a sole proprietorship in the nation of Canada. So good for her. Pete was apparently invited, but he turned it down. So she's going by herself, and Pete can eat shit. Cubans who need a citizenship, maybe. I don't know. I made the case that she should definitely find like a Latin American. You're talking about like feisty people. Find a Brazilian, find a Cuban, find a Mexican, Puerto Rican. I want someone who wears a Catholic rosary, who is tall, dark, and handsome, and who is not Arab. I'm sick of the Arab arc. I'm sick of hearing about Nadir. We need the feisty Brazilian arc. I am all for this, all according to plan. I remember I had never seen more miscegenation than when I lived in Buffalo. And I remember I was getting my hair cut, and the woman next to me were talking. And it was a white woman, like a Hispanic lady. And she was like, "Oh, where are you from?" She's like, "Oh, I'm from Puerto Rico." And she's like, "Oh, I love Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans are so feisty. They're so fiery." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, see, we are." And she said, I had a Puerto Rican boyfriend once. And he was so passionate, so hot and fiery. And they're talking. And then at some point, she tells her that this Puerto Rican boyfriend they broke up because he was violent, and he had a psychotic break, and he took his motorcycle and ran 80 miles an hour into oncoming traffic and went head on into a semi truck and splattered across the road. And she was. She's still talking about, like, yeah, he's so fiery. Like, yeah, literally, when his gas tank caught fire, he was literally fiery. There were fiery gibs falling from the sky. It was so passionate. What a literal firework of a man. And I don't know. I found that I had to literally restrain myself from laughing listening to this, thinking, like, are you fucking retarded? How is this a bragging right? What's wrong with you? Oh no, that sucks. Fuego. Yeah. So I don't know. You can have fiery or you can have not splattered across the road, I guess. Okay, that might be it. Let me think. I've only been streaming for an hour despite everything happening this week. I think it's been an hour. Oh, jeez, fuck. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, I fucked up my stream. Why is my preview disabled? Oh, jeez. Okay. I fixed it. Chat. Hour and 10. Read super chats. I kind of skim through them. I don't like, I don't want to, like, see, okay, let's just have a chat real quick. I like money, because I'm a red-blooded American. I'm a capitalist. Wait. Oh, I can't rattle them. Let me drink the rest of my Monster Zero real quick. I'm a capitalist. Wait. There we go. I'm a capitalist. So, therefore, I am inclined to try and make money, okay? And I hope my neighbors are not pissed that I just kicked my fucking cans and bucket to the wall. I'm inclined to try and profiteer because I have ambitions in life. So I have added super chats to the top of the thing, and I'm wondering how people feel about that. If that's too Jewish or not. If I should dedicate time to reading super chats as they come in. I can add a sound effect. But I feel like I should only add a sound effect if it isn't recorded. You know what I mean? Like, during live stream, it might be okay to draw attention to it, but, like, during I need to have a more advanced setup where that doesn't get recorded to the archive, because people listening on the podcast and shit, they don't want to hear that. It's just a little Jewish. It's cool. I don't know. It's probably not even going to last, to be honest with you. Someone's going to report it. Streamlabs will yank it down. I'm like, oh, well. Read the chats at the end. I like people to listen to my music, though. I need some kind of setup where, like, it shows up on the stream. Here's what I think. Should show up on the stream and should stay there for a while. Like, if you tip, it'll stay there for like 30 seconds or, until someone else tips again. If it's particularly funny or relevant, I can read it then there. I'll pay special attention to it. And maybe a little sound effect that only gets played to the live and doesn't get recorded. I think that works. As far as, like, dedicating a time slot just to reading, because the issue with that is that you sit there and you, like, read the super chats at the end. It's like nobody cares. Like, okay, I'll read a super chat. You ready? 1 hour ago, Evil Sponge donated $5 and said, "Sneed. Thank you, Evil Sponge." You know what I mean? Like, if I just sat there and said, like, read everything that came in, people's eyes would glaze over. And I think it encourages, like, shitty streaming practices, too. Poll. Okay. I know what the results will be. People don't care if I have super chats. A lot of people don't care if I do a block dedicated to it. But people will tune out, and then they don't listen to my outro music. And I can't have that. So Have you decided to watch anime with me? This is $1. I shouldn't even read this. I should have a price list where if you donate $1 and you say anime in your super chat, anything related to anime or VTubers, it just doesn't even get read. Like you have to meet a minimum threshold of like $14.88 before I will say anything related to the country of Japan. Mr. Medicare says it's cool. I don't care. I don't think it is. I really don't. I think it degrades especially the archival value of your streams. I try to make it 1 hour, try to make it snappy, try to make it so that people actually want to listen to it in retrospect. And I think that super chats detract from the stream. You know what I mean? Do it like Sitch and Adam. You have to message me about what that means, 'cause I've never seen that. A guy had the N-word with a special font like 5 times in his name, and he kept spamming, and Zyklon or whatever, Zyro muted him. And I think his gambit is that if it shows up in my stream, like the archive on the chat, I have to like freak out. I'm like, oh no, he's saying the N-word, and I have to mute it. The only thing is the spam, I guess, is the issue. I don't really care if someone's name is the N-word. Oh look, he's back on and on. Just let him do it. I don't care. It adds character to my stream. Oh no, he got muted again. Zion didn't hear my fear direct words. Oh, he's back again. It's okay. I think it's because I mentioned the Wings of Redemption trolls, and now they're like booting up accounts to spam. Let him do it. I like that Pepe. It's like a Tyrone Pepe. It's too small to show you though. Maybe hey, Matt Fury, I know you're getting sued right now and you need some lawsuit money. You sell a Tyrone the Frog Pepe, a real life 1 out of 1 issue Tyrone Pepe. People, you'll get a lot of money for that one. It's the rarest of the Pepes, exactly. And shit. I treat super chats like background noise. Jer says he likes the chat, but then is okay with someone spamming so much you can't read chat. Yeah, it is the spam is the issue. If it was just like once in a while, it wouldn't be as big an issue. Don't read them. Charizard donates $5 to say. That's authoritative. The people don't even want their messages read. I could be like this. I could be like $20. I throw in some energy, some high octane super chat reading. Ain't no thing. All right. Talk King Cobra. What's happened with King? With Cobes? Has Cobes died? I would encourage people who read the forum actually to make use of the community happenings thread. I do read this. I'm subscribed to it, so I will see your messages if it's posted here. So if something happens with Cobes that's really interesting, you should post it here. He's still alive and drunk. He shouldn't. I hope he doesn't become an alcoholic. Have I read any H.P. Lovecraft? No. Do I know his cat's name? I have an idea. I think his cat is currently spamming my chat. Talk about the node dev who included malware into his repo. Oh, I didn't. Just a follow-up. I did talk about that last week. But all his social media got hacked. Actually, did I talk about his social media getting hacked? I don't think I did. A Russian person who is allegedly Russian, I cannot know for sure because you know how these things are. Broke into the guy who released into the Node ecosystem a virus to overwrite files that were, if the code was ran on a computer that was Belarusian or Russian, his social media was hacked by someone who simply replaced his avatar with a Russian flag. So he's trying to purport that a Russian did it, which is very possible. But he got into his social media and found out that not only was he the guy who actually released the virus was a libertarian who was married to an Asian, and he was married to an Asian before he joined the site called Ashley Madison, which if you don't remember was a huge like cheating hookup site, like other women, other men cheating app. and it got hacked, and it caused a ton of issues because a ton of people were exposed for having a mistress through the hack of that website. The guy who was in the open source community married a chink wife and then got onto Ashley Madison soon after. And apparently, I don't know if that was known until this Russian guy found him and hacked his social media and announced it. And he also found out, oh, fuck Janice for taking down my G-Thread base. Fuck Janice. Reminder that I cheated on my wife 5 months after marrying her. Asian pussy, do not go crazy. And he posted these logs that feel when you fail to secure some bussy. And this is a message from the guy, Brandon, the source developer, to a tranny named The Chaotic Good, saying, "Hey, Nikki, I was looking through some old social media stuff, and you said you were interested in writing or hearing about some stuff I do with electric vehicles. Still interested? This response is only 2 years late. Smiley face. Winky smiley face." Nikki did not reply, so I guess he never got any bookie. I don't know. Is there a libertarian chink wife to bookie pipeline that we need to be aware of? Oh, serves him right. The really interesting thing, I think I mentioned this actually last week, or maybe not. It's just to reiterate, just in case, because I find it interesting. The guy released the malware, and then a GNO said that the malware impacted their server in Belarus, which included a lot of testimony from people fighting in Ukraine about war crimes that Russia was committing. And because the virus destroyed the files, there may not be any archives of it. And as a result, that testimony and those statements from people who may not be living anymore are lost forever. So there is a question of if Brandon may actually face federal charges for production of malware, because even though it targeted Russia and Belarus, and even though it comes with a license of no liability, to intentionally release something like that could very definitely be defined as malware. Probably should be defined as malware and treated as such. And if the U.S. government decides to press charges on that, if that story is even true, would be very interested. But he deserves it. Play the March of the Siberian Rifleman. No. I do have... I saw this clip. I was tempted to intro with this clip before I accidentally fucked up. I still follow... This weird account on the Fediverse. It's like a Kiwi Farms Fediverse original of Soy Jack generation, AI generation. Oh my god, look at this. The shit that it comes up with is just crazy. I love it. I've even seen people using them on 4chan and shit. They're so great. They describe some sort of metaphysical horror that we can only try to conceive of. But some of the frames in these are really great too. And I will pull this up and take a single frame of it. But there was a video he published which was really good, and I would like to find it now. It was like a manual post by the author. It was only a couple hours ago. I should be able to find it still. Here. Can this play? It had audio associated with it. Wait, I lost it. Oh no. Oh wait, here. Oh, he pinned it. Thank God. I can't believe I fucking missed it. Okay, look. Listen here. I'm going to save this. I'm going to open this, and then I'm going to put it directly on my fucking browser so you can actually see it. Because it's here. Bam. Master at computers, Chad. Don't you worry. Isn't that wonderful? Look, chat. Look at the shades of horror This is our life. We have taught computers to dream so that they can feel these feelings. You will live to see man-made horrors beyond your comprehension, chat. Okay. One more thing I want to read just because it's funny. A lot of people were doubting Ukraine. Now, as we all know, I hold very well-informed opinions about the war, and I'm very passionate about my side. And my side is correct, and we all know it's correct. It doesn't even need to be stated why it's correct. And we all, it's obvious what I support and why I support it, and I'll leave it there. But I really got to hand it to Ukraine here, because they are the last bulwark against protecting the West. Ukraine blocks trans refugees. They are men, must go back and fight. The Ukrainian government is refusing to allow transgender women to leave the country, along with the millions of women and children refugees who have been streaming into Poland and other European nations. Instead, Ukrainian border guards are turning them back and forcing them to return home to join the fight. And I want to read this quote right here. This is a quote from another article that Mr. Durden has sourced for this article. As strange hands searched her body and pulled back her hair to check if it was a wig, Judas looked at the faces of the Ukrainian border guards and felt fear and despair. Ukrainian border guards undress you and touch you everywhere, Judas says. You can see on their faces they're wondering, what are you? Like you're some kind of animal or something. Judas is a transgender woman whose birth certificate defines her as female. Legally, there is no reason why she should not be allowed to pass with the thousands of other women who are crossing the Ukrainian border to safety every day. Yet, on 12 March at about 4 a.m., after a long and humiliating search, border guards determined she was a man and prevented her from passing to Poland. So those guys, their country is at war, and they think, like, our ship is going down, man. It's pretty bad out here. But we got to do our part to make sure that the transgender people in Ukraine also die, and we're going to prevent them from going to Poland. Do I want any more of these stories? Maybe. Maybe if I write them, I want to get news results for them. So we want to thank, regardless of your position on Ukraine and the Ukrainians, we must thank them for their sacrifice as they protect Poland. And Poland needs all the help it can get, because if you don't know, Warsaw is basically a 24/7 gay pride rally. You shall not pass. Okay. Did I miss anything funny? Play music, then stop recording for the podcast, then read super chats. So do it at the very end. Someone else suggested that I only read $20 super chats if they're relevant to the topic. Has the communist yelling debate Spurg is trying to force people into a fight at gas stations? How does he not have a thread? Make a thread, dummy. If it's funny, make a thread. You can ask people to make a thread too. Don't read them. Oh, I want to buy a varsity jacket. Thank you for the entertainment. Thank you, my friends. Hopefully, I'll find a system that rewards people for their money. I have a habit. This is why I'm so hesitant to take super chats and shit. My mom worked very hard when I was a kid. She worked every day. She worked 50 hours a week. And she didn't make that much money. I want to say she made about $20 an hour or something. And she told me her secret for how she gauges. And I'm sure a lot of people do this. I'm sure it's not some divine wisdom from her. But she told me that when she buys something, she calculates it in hours worked. Hours of labor. I'm buying this dinner at Ruby Tuesdays, and it's $40. That's 2 hours of work. I buy this car, and I have to make these payments. That's 20 hours of work every month. And to this day, I see the super chat come in, and it says, thanks for the entertainment, Jerf. The streams help me get through my long drives. From Son of Tiamat, $10. I think that's in half an hour of my mom working. And it feels very weird to have that like thrown at you just because you stream or something. You know what I mean? Like that's how I see it. And I know inflation has adjusted and prices are different, but I realize I'm in a very privileged position to do what I do from the comfort of my apartment. And when I know people like say they're donating and they like work. They're working. They're at work, working, and then they send me a super chat with the money that they're earning that hour. And it's like, how do I live with myself, chat? How do I live with myself? So that is my hesitation. I hope that's not too gay. Talk about CRP. Last I heard, he's still in Kharkiv, but trolls are fucking with him or something, and he's really stressed out. That's the last time I remember. Grifter's remorse. Okay. I'm done. I apologize for the delay today. CRP is dead meat. I mentioned this. He talked to me about how he imagines Ukraine patrician, like way before the war, like when I was still over there. And his idea was that everything east of the Dnieper would be handed over to Russia. Odessa may be annexed, like everything along the Black Sea may be annexed. Odessa might go to Moldova, maybe. They probably want to unite with Tiraspol. So he imagines Ukraine as like this rump state not connected to the sea, where basically everything east of Kiev and along the Black Sea is Russian. So I think he's just like, I'll stay in Kharkiv, and then when it is liberated by the Russian anti-Nazi squads, I'll be hailed as a hero by RT and Putin directly. And my career will take off. And I don't know if that's how that's going to go down. Good luck. Don't try not to get crucified by Azov Battalion in the meantime, my man. Yeah. Oh, I'm so smart. Exactly. All right, I'm done. I will see you guys on Friday. Bye-bye.
My heart and soul will never mind on what you cared out for, what you cared out for. We die alone, we'll all die young. What you cared out for, what you cared out for. Smoke, listen on the mat, whiskey on the left. Shake it out, light a cigarette. Miss me when you wish you weren't right. Shake me all out if I'm wrong. For you. Shake it all out when I'm gone. High for you. Is the devil so mad if he cries in his sleep while the earth turns and his kids learn to say fuck you, they don't love you? Does the devil get scared if she dies in her dreams while the earth burns? She cries 'cause she's nothing like you, ashamed like you. What you want from a devil like me, devil like me? To see the devil on me, to be evil, he just regrettably forgets to accept expectation. Holds me nothing yet, never been late. Shake it out of line and silhouette. Miss me when you wish you weren't kind of glad. Shake me all out when you're done. For you. Shake it all out when I'm gone. Is the devil so mad if he cries in his sleep while the earth turns and his kids learn to say fuck you, they don't nothing like you, a shit like you. What do you want from a devil like me? Am I like you?